I think I was talking about the healing and it not having to be as hard as what it can sometimes be made to be. I think it is a lot simpler. I think that uh, just to, just to go and depend on someone else. Like I've been in enough conversations with people making fun of people who see themselves as completely healed because their counselor said, and they're still doing the same patterns. So you need to, you got to be serious about the stuff you're wanting to heal the wounds and stuff. I mean, a lot of people, they drink, or there's so many things you can do to try and make yourself feel better so you don't have to deal with something. I mean, there's drugs, there's gambling, there's sex, there's there's just anything you can do compulsively to keep your mind off of other things. You can abuse it. And so there's lots of people who don't deal with whatever comes up, don't doesn't deal with their core wounds, because then they can just put them aside and do something to distract themselves. You have to really want to just dive in and figure out, like, what is it that is bothering me? Because when you heal stuff, it heals so much more to yourself than you have any idea. I mean, it's on a completely different level, and it's hard to even explain and still until you start doing it. I think even language is going to change and how we express ourselves and stuff. I was one thing I started realizing when I was going through all of this reality switch, or whatever you want to call it, this ascension, this moving into the higher, people keep calling it higher dimensions and stuff. And I even feel like that's like three-dimensional thinking. Like, I don't think, I think it's like waves, it's vibrations, and it's where you can resonate with, and you can't be in a higher vibration than what you carry. And so we all want to raise our vibrations, we all want to be in better places. And so that's what's happening right now. And it's called, different people call it different thing, ascension. There's just a lot of different things and a lot of different rules and stuff, like a lot of different ways that people are looking at it. So in my perspective, that this ascension and this newer earth is going to be the ascension is, it's our own concepts of ourself as a being, our own place in this earth and stuff. That's what's going to open us up to being more than what we think we are, and being in touch in other places. And vibration, frequency, all that stuff is something that's really important to the universe that we haven't understood the significance yet. And so we're going to move more into an understanding of what those things really are to a soul. And so when we move through the stuff, it's not like, I don't know, when I hear about dimensions or something, I feel like I get that image of stairs or something, but it's not like that. Like, we can be in, like, right now we have people that we're sharing realities, but we're in totally different view. It's like we're in the same room. Some people are on the couch and some people are standing up here, and they're seeing way different things. But everyone is on the couch, can't see up here, and everybody's up here. So they don't understand. Like, you can have a conversation about somebody, and you'll start noticing that some people can pick up on what you're saying, and then other people get hung up on the words. And they don't understand what you're saying. And you'll find yourself using different words than you did before. Other words seem to make more sense, to be more descriptive. I started feeling like the vibration of certain words, and then you start thinking about how the words were, I mean, they're kind of carved out a little bit more. I think originally they were sounds and stuff that we would make. Speaking of language, just being around the dogs all the time, spending so much time with these dogs. And so I started really tuning into them. And I feel like I understand them. It's not like, I mean, I don't understand the other people who say like it's on a psychic level. I don't feel like it's like, it is more of I can understand because I'm paying attention to how they communicate. Like I pay attention how they communicate with each other, by the way that they look, by the way, the different sounds they make. Like I have a neighbor, the dogs will go out, especially if somebody walks. You can tell if somebody's walking, and you can tell if somebody's walking their dog by the different barks. And the dogs will start wherever that is. You'll know where the people, as soon as you can hear the dogs, you'll know that the people are coming, and you'll hear each dog do it. And even if Stella's in here asleep and they do their little thing, Stella will become desperate. She's got to get out. Like they've got to pass it on. Like, okay, we see him. Okay, we see him. Like, I'm not sure what all, but you start really paying attention and you hear the communication, and they completely understand each other. And even when, like if Stella's doing something I don't want her to do, if I communicate with them in grunts and groans instead of demands or commands, they understand it totally, just by a look and a, oh, like, if she's doing something that irritates me and I'm just like, oh, she totally gets that way more than yelling out. And I think that is, to me, of getting the part in tune. And I think that's going to have something to do with how we're going to start with communicating more, is picking up on what someone means. And it's going to lead us, like, I think ultimately it's going to just become like telepathy communication. And I think that people are going to become more mindful of the words they use, how they use them. I think right now there's a lot of mean stuff and bullying and things going on that's going to make people look at themselves and what provokes them into certain behaviors. And I think that when people start looking at how they use words and stuff, I think we're moving into that, but more slowly. But the dimensions and the frequencies and stuff, I just feel like we're in the same space. But we just have different understandings. So I think it's a higher mind, just like in the chakra system and going up into God consciousness, that is going into such a more acceptance and such a more love and that magic and being able to get what you want. But also, when you say you want to get what you want, this isn't like Aladdin's. I mean, that story should have told you how wishes are abused. It's not about just getting, like, oh, I want $1 million. That'll make me happy. Talk to anybody who got $1 million and see if they ended up being happy. It's not how it works. We're gonna set our compass or our own state. We're gonna set it different. There's going to not be the same things that make us happy, but there's going to be way more of what makes us happy. And it's going to be a lot more about gratitude, and it's going to be a lot more about being present and being mindful. And we're just, we're moving into such a better place, and that's the higher frequency, the higher vibration, the higher aspect way of living. And there's just people right now that they have those desires, the same desires. Everybody has the same desires. Like everybody watches the movie, they want the happy ending. Everybody wants to see everybody be happy. Everybody wants to see someone have love and success and to not be hurting. I mean, nobody can stand to see people hurt. I mean, unless you've got some sort of mental problem, which who knows if it's mental problem or there really are just other beings being born here and they are the ones that are becoming the psychopaths. I have no idea. Everything is so not what we were told it was. And the exciting thing, this is like, we're going to get to put it all together. We're going to put it all together. All of us together are going to put it together, what everything is. We're going to find out what our history is. We're going to have people that are going to go out there and they're going to find out what is our true history on this planet. What is our interaction with other beings? What is the spiritual thing that we've been held back from? Well, all this stuff, we're going to just go on this discovery together. We're all just going to, this is exciting. We're creating the new earth. And that's how I see it. And everybody sees it different and everybody's going to explain it different. But that's just how I see it. Okay, so that's probably enough.